Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. I want to go over the really good Humble RPG bundle in this video. A lot of good games as a part of that, and it gets really good if you beat the average. The pay $15 or more tier in this one is really questionable. I would stick to beating the average, and that'll get you some really awesome games. Even paying $1 will get you some good stuff, so we'll look at all of that. Also, we've got details on what the September update is going to be for Game Pass on PC. Of course, the big update is Gears 5, which is going to be out very soon if you are a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. It'll be out on September 6th. The base game for everyone that is just a regular Game Pass PC subscriber will be out on September 10th, but a lot of other cool stuff is getting added in September, really becoming one of the premier subscription services on PC. So we'll look at that. Alright, first up, let's quickly go over the Humble RPG bundle. Some really good stuff here. Some games I'm not completely aware of. However, let's go through each individual tier. Pay $1 or more will get you Hive Swap Act 1. Now, this has an overwhelmingly positive reception on Steam. I honestly don't know much about it, but just looking at the game, it looks rather unique. It's noted to be a hand-drawn tribute to hilarious 90s adventure games, with none of the accompanying frustration. You play as Joey Claire, a puzzle-solving teen snatched out of her time, 1994, and place Earth and stranded on a hostile alien planet on the brink of rebellion. Again, overwhelmingly positive reception, and that's based on 2,525 Steam user reviews. And it's not like this game is all too old either. It released back on September 14th of 2017, so relatively recent release, all things considered, and it's included in the $1 tier. Also, you will get Deep Sky Derelicts. This has a lesser reception on Steam with a mostly positive reception. Recent reviews have it pegged at very positive, but not a lot of attention was ever really surrounding this game. It released back in September of 2018. Typically goes for $19.99, so you're getting a pretty good value here, and a 70 on Metacritic as well. That's not horrible. It's noted to be an original combination of turn-based strategy and RPG enriched with tactical card combat and popular roguelike elements. Explore derelict alien ships, fight, loot, and upgrade your gear, all in distinctive retro-futuristic comic book aesthetic style. So again, that's part of the $1 tier. And lastly, Immortal Planet, which is a game that I am aware of. That's typically $14.99, received very well. An action RPG with a really cool art style. It's described to be a little bit of a Souls-like game, and it's definitely challenging. This one has a 65 on Metacritic, but I actually think that's a little bit underrated with the little bit that I have played of this game. I didn't play it an incredibly long amount of time, but again, with that 65 on Metacritic, that's a different picture than what the Steam reviews peg it at. Very positive, 88% based on 120 user reviews. All those three are included in the $1 or more tier, but the things get really good when you beat the average of $4.20. Some great games included with this, including Pillars of Eternity, which I think is an awesome game. It's not noted whether or not this is the base game or the version with the DLC. I believe it is the base game, so just the Hero Edition, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but this is really good. It's a classic RPG done by Obsidian, and yes, the visuals aren't anything to write home about, but it does have that unique style that does make it captivating in its own sense, and if you're a fan of those classic PC RPGs, this is going to be one to check out. I've been touting how good this game is for a long time, so if you've never tried Pillars of Eternity, now would be a great time to check it out, especially because, again, the beat the average is so low at $4.20, and it's just one of the three games at this tier. Also included in the beat the average is Obsidian's other PC RPG in Tyranny. Now, Tyranny is a game that I didn't think was quite as good as Pillars of Eternity, but it does have some very unique elements. As you actually play one of the guys sided with the villains in the game from the get-go, there is a lot of story and choices to be made in the game, and those choices will impact the game directly. I just didn't find the game as engaging and as captivating as Pillars of Eternity, but again, just as a part of this beat the average, that is another great game to get, and you will also get Cat Quest. Now, this is a game that I personally haven't played, but it's been received very well. It's a cute cat-centric RPG, overwhelmingly positive reception, 2,358 Steam user reviews, an open-world RPG set in the possum world of cats in search of your catnapped sister. You pounce into the massive continent of Felingard, a world crafted in the style of overworld maps of yore and purring with cat-tastic characters, stories, and puns. A charming RPG, typically goes for $12.99. It got a 79 on Metacritic, but again, a very positive reception on Steam. I should actually say an overwhelmingly positive reception. So those three games are also included in the beat the average. So the beat the average is definitely the route you want to go. The pay $15 or more tier, this is a little bit of a head scratcher. You get Borderlands Game of the Year Edition Enhanced. Now, typically, I believe they've like kind of raised the price on the game. That's what they do. Don't try to be clever on me. I pick up on these things, but when they do these like enhanced releases on PC, when it's really not enhanced all that much, since on PC we've always gotten the good version, but they'll quietly bump up the price of the game and then they'll start selling it even on sale for a lot more than it typically went for, and that's what kind of happened with Game of the Year edition of Borderlands. The enhanced version nonetheless, it does include some improvements, including Borderlands 2's map, but it is not worth the price of admission at this point. Paying $15 or more unless you're super eager to play Borderlands Game of the Year edition for whatever the case may be. I would say completely stay away from that. Beat the average of $420. You're getting 6 solid games there, some really good ones with Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, Immortal Planet, and I could speak on those directly. In the case of Cat Quest and Hive Swap Act 1, those are received really well, and Deep Sky Derelicts looks like a rather interesting game as well. So check that out. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Okay, for those of you guys that are Game Pass subscribers, by the way, you can sign up for 2 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $2. Now would be a great time to start that subscription because Gears 5 is about to come out, but alongside that, in the month of September, a lot of other exciting games are going to be added. So I've talked about Gears 5 to death, but you'll be able to check out the Ultimate Edition of that. The campaign reviews are going up right now, and everybody is saying that the campaign is awesome, so I'm very excited about that. I loved Gears 4's campaign, even though it was rather short. In the case of Gears 5, it looks like it is going to be a more robust and in-depth campaign experience, so I'm really happy that they went that route with this one. And it will be available on Steam for $60, but again, in this case, I don't know how you don't go the Game Pass route of just paying $2 for the first 2 months, playing the hell out of it, beating it, play a little bit of that multiplayer, and if you so much want it on Steam, you can pick it up then, but I would really play the hell out of it in those 2 months, and then maybe down the line when it sees a deep discount on Steam, add it to your Steam library, but just play the hell out of it with a Game Pass subscription. Also being added is the tremendous, terrific, I cannot say enough superlatives about it, Dead Cells. Dead Cells was one of my surprisingly great games of 2018. I was shocked at how good this game was. I knew about it a little bit, but then that IGN fiasco happened and I wanted to check out the game for myself, and I was just captivated by this game from the get-go. A gorgeous art style, and initially I was like, okay, it's a cool game, but it's just another Metroidvania. But then I played more and saw how much depth there was to the gameplay, and it is so terrific. The studio behind the game has also done a good job of keeping the game updated. They recently released the Rise of Giants update. I believe that's what it was called, but whatever the case may be, it was a free update and added a sizable amount of content, and now you're going to be able to play it with just a Game Pass subscription, and typically this game is going for like $18 on sale. So to have it on Game Pass, I think that is great. Also, Bad North the Jotun edition is being added. Don't know much about that. Creature in the Well is being added. Creature in the Well is a top-down pinball-inspired hack-and-slash dungeon crawler. That's a little interesting of a game based on the description, but that's being added. Enter the Gungeon, which is a really good dungeon crawler. They've recently updated that game quite a bit as well, so that's a nice addition. You've got Goner, Blueberry Edition, and Shadow Warrior 2. Shadow Warrior 2 is a game that I always go to bat for. Geo a little while back was giving away this game for free, but obviously it's not available anymore, so if you've never checked it out, to have that added to Game Pass as well, that's a huge incentive. And a game that I recommend quite a bit, Shadow Warrior 2, is far superior than the first Shadow Warrior game, and I love the first Shadow Warrior, but Shadow Warrior 2 is on another level. From a gameplay standpoint, a visual standpoint, content standpoint, variety standpoint, Shadow Warrior 2 has got it all, and even on sale, it's still going for like $7.49, so to just have it as a part of your Game Pass subscription, that is tremendous. So with that $2 for your first 2 months, you can check out Gears 5, Dead Cells, Shadow Warrior 2, Forza Horizon 4 is on there, Metro Exodus is on there, Crackdown 3 is on there, and this is just off the top of my head. There are so many more games available as well. KCD is on there, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Gears of War 4. I believe they added Blair Witch as well. So Game Pass is becoming a really ridiculous service in terms of value. Now, my point of contention with these subscription services is more of a long-term viewpoint. How is this going to affect the overall consistency of these games that are being released? If they're all going to these subscription services, they're going to be a part of subscription services anyway. Are you as inclined as a developer to create these high-quality games, or from a publisher standpoint to invest as much money into these games, considering they're just going to get added to these subscription services and you're giving them away for so cheap? So that's always going to be a little bit of an issue, but for now, Gears 5 looks to be a great game and you can play it super cheap. And by the way, it's only a 56GB download, way better than the 133GB install on Gears 4, so that's great as well. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, check out the Humble RPG bundle. It is pretty good, I would say, pretty awesome. And then Game Pass is getting a significant update in September, headlined by Gears 5, but also Dead Cells, Shadow Warrior 2, Enter the Gungeon, some good stuff being added as a part of that. If you guys have a request for a future future video, leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.